Coming to you live with this little wife code scenario here, where I talk about why women get into relationships with difficult men, right? Or men can be difficult, right? And I thought about it. Women are leaving men husbands at a 75% rate. And if they're college educated, she leaves at a 90% rate. It's just not a coincidence that she's doing so. There are deeper philosophical, emotional, and societal reasons as to why she does that, right? For one, why women fall in love with difficult men. Well, for one, emotional projection and women often fall for potential. She falls for potential, not just reality. We see glimpses of a man of how he could be if he just got healed, if he just got educated, if he just got stable, if he just got serious. So we always seem to fall for men that have potential. And this is where we go wrong. The emotional highs and lows create a kind of trauma bond, right? And she confuses that with chaos. She confuses that chaos with passion. And it's just trauma bonding. It's nothing else other than that. Okay? Social conditioning. From a young age, and the media, social media, culture, romanticize the bad guy. We love the bad guy. These are emotionally unavailable men who change for the right woman, which is very rare that he changes for the right or the wrong woman. He normally changes for himself. And we have a bad time falling for men thinking they'll change for us. Our attachment styles, right? Women with anxious attachment styles are often drawn to men who have chaos or who are avoidant or who are dismissive. That push and pull dynamic may mimic childhood relationships and it feels familiar. Remember, I was talking the other day about people look at love the way they look at love. It, I may be kicking your ass, but you think that's love because that's what you're used to. You're used to somebody kicking your ass saying that they love you. So you're used to that. You have to figure out a person's attachment style. And this is part of the thing with us women. We have a certain attachment style where we get attached to these avoidant, dismissive human beings. And this is how women get into relationships with difficult men. Some women get in relationships with difficult men. Okay. Sometimes we have low self-worth. Some women, some consciously believe they don't deserve to have stable love, good love, whatever. And they settle for chaotic men, unavailable men, avoidant men, abusive men who treat them inconsistently, right? They stay because they fear starting over, starting a different thing that's not familiar. They don't want to be alone, whatever, whatever. But you always have to find that person's attachment style. And you have to look at yourself and find out whether you're one of those people who, an emotionally mature person, knows what type of person complements best out of them or to get what they need out of the other person. Okay, that's a person who's emotionally aware, emotionally mature, a person that understands what I need, right? What I need. My attachment style is or my love language, if you want to put it in a more familiar term, my love language is um gifts of affirmation. Okay? Affirmation. Or you have to do things. That's how I feel love. Giving me flowers, candy, cars, bird flies out of the dead mouse or something. He comes back with a dead cricket or something, and he presents it to the nest. I'm the person that stands there and looks at it and says, "Oh, okay, you brought me that. Oh, okay, you did that for me." I mean, it's kind of, but you did that for me, right? So I understand my type of attachment style. I understand my type of, words of affirmation or my type of love that's shown to me. And a lot of women don't understand that or don't get it, or maybe they haven't thought about it, and they just needing. So sometimes you run into difficult men, and that is what you think is why you're attached to this person, but something inside of you. Okay. Another question somebody asked, or I'm addressing: Why would women leave marriages? Women, despite still loving the man, or despite the man being a good man or whatever. Okay. The emotional this is the biggest thing: the emotional labor and burnout that a lot of men get when they get in relationships. Women, most women carry the emotional, the physical, domestic, mental load in relationships. Most women do. It is what it is. Over time, women become resentful because of that. Okay, because their emotional needs, or their mental needs, or their physical, or whatever, is not being met by that man. Okay, or it's being dismissed. Because a lot of men, and this is the truth, a lot of men become uncomfortable when you start to cry, when you start to express your emotions, when you start to be very emotional, because they try to be emotionless. They want to see you crying, acting a fool in the emotion department. Not that they don't have emotions. It's just that sometimes they shut down in those emotional situations. And women want to see more emotion. She wants to know that you care about her, that you want her, that you desire her. And a lot of men like to cut that off. Okay. So when women feel as though they're being dismissed, or their mental and physical and emotional needs are not being met, they feel like it's dismissed. And so over time, that makes them leave. Okay. Communication breakdown. Men shut down, like I said, withdraw, and avoid these tough emotional conversations. And a woman might ask you to express yourself 10, 20, 30 times. Okay. And then on the 31st time, she leaves, because she begins to ask every time, why do I have to tell you? I need you to show me. I need you to talk to me. And I get it. Some men have become, some men have been capable of expressing themselves, and then they got with a woman who was emotionally immature. And once he got with her, the woman made fun of it. The woman made light of it. The woman didn't take it seriously. So they decided, I wasn't even supposed to get out there and say nothing. No way. I wasn't even supposed to be emotional with you. Men don't be emotional with you. But the minute I'm out there with you being emotional, you're going to laugh at me, talk to me, dismiss me, and all this other stuff. I ain't doing it no more. This is the way men behave. I don't know how they feel, but this is normally how they would behave if a woman doesn't take their emotions seriously when they do come out and say something, right? Lack of intimacy or partnership. Wow. I'm going to say that love without having teamwork ain't going to work. Love without teamwork ain't going to work. Okay. If a man, I heard a video the other day. Ask a man what a wife does, and he'll describe a maid. And women hear that definition. Women hear definition too. So if you don't come across as, and we had this discussion last night or something to that effect. If I work 12 hours, but you sit at home all day, I ain't coming home to help you. And yet and still you sit there and wonder why women leave 70% of the time. Because she's asking you for help. But if you feel like you don't have to do nothing after working hours, and I get it. You work 12 hours, you don't want to do jack shit, you just want to lay down. What my fee used to do is he used to come in, take a shower, lay me to X, Y, and Z. You want me to do X, Y, and Z. So we never had that issue. We never had that problem of him helping me. Okay. How I'm doing? Hey, Hassan. Hey, Willie. Hey, G Honda. Hey, hey, hey. So Fee and I never had that problem because Fee, I don't know whether the man was. I don't know how the man was. I just know that he was better than me, right? My husband was better than me. That's all I'm gonna say because he never made me want. I never had to look at him and say I need help. You understand what I'm saying? I never had to look at him and say I need help. He was always he always was like, okay, what do you need? Or he anticipated what I need. If I sat at home with the kids all day, and I had five, right? If I sat at home with the kids all day, he knew I was dragging at the end of the day, even though he had worked 10, 12 hours, even though he knew he had worked. He would come in, take a shower, take a nap. I'm gonna take a nap. So I never bothered him about that. Go take a nap, then wake up in an hour or two, because we have always done that. Rejuvenate. You got an hour to take a nap. Take a nap. When you come in from doing 12, take a nap. Or if I got everything, I'll let you sleep a little longer. But he'll take a nap. He'll get up. What do you need me to do? Need the kids to take a bath? Need me to wash a load of clothes? You need me to cut the grass? You need me to do what do you need to do? That would be one of his first things, at least 4 times out of the week, right? At least 4 times out of the week. So I'm saying love without teamwork ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna last in a relationship. And a lot of women leave because the teamwork is not there. Even though you work 12 hours, it's nice to look her in the eyeball every once in a while and just do it or whatever. If you think she needs it, do it, okay? Because if a man sees a woman as just a maid or a cook or a sex object, which is what a lot of y'all think, a lot of men, a lot of y'all don't admit it, but that y'all do think that way sometimes. Think that way sometimes. A lot of men do, because you can hear by the way they talk. But you don't think of her as a partner, she will mentally check out of the relationship. She's going to mentally check out. And once a woman starts to mentally check out, it's over. So you can't let her mentally check out. You can't let it happen. If if I say 70% of the women are leaving because of X, Y, and Z, why would men continue to do that? Okay? Why would men continue to do whatever she says is the issue? I haven't had a general consensus about women, about why they leave. I mean, I just have my thought pattern as to 5 reasons why women leave relationships, even though they've been in a relationship. But then that's my 5 reasons. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't tested it. I haven't asked women, but this is just my theory. Okay. Next one, lack of intimacy or partnership. I went over that one. Okay, that's the teamwork part. Infidelity, control, or abuse. These are very clear. I really don't need to express what's wrong with this infidelity, this control, and abuse. These are clear reasons. But emotional abuse, okay. Emotional abuse, gaslighting, and constant power struggles also drive a woman away. I'm saying I have 5 reasons. My 5 reasons as to why a woman leaves a relationship. You cheating, you putting hands and feet on her, you disrespecting her contribution to the relationship, you're disrespecting her family, or you don't want to work. Those 5 things. Don't want to work, hands and feet, cheating, disrespecting the relationship, disrespecting family. Those are the top 5. I'm pretty sure. I have to ask women who have left their husbands, but I'm pretty sure that's the top 5. But this the constant clear reasons: infidelity, control, abuse. No woman is going to stay. You have to check your behavior. I'm saying this is how women get involved with difficult men. There's difficult women, but we're not doing the difficult women part. We're doing the difficult. Uh, of course, I know they doing it. What do you mean? There's plenty of men that are out there cheating. There's plenty of men putting hands and feet on women. There's plenty of men who don't want to work. What do you mean? I know these are facts. All over the internet, people say this happens. I ain't made it up. I'm just telling you what I think my 5 reasons are for women to leave. I think those are the 5 reasons women leave. So, what can women do about being involved with difficult men? She has to learn to heal herself. And a lot of women have emotional baggage that they have not healed. They have not thought about getting therapy for, and they really do need to. She needs to reflect on why she deals with a difficult man. Why is it easy for you to get involved with a man? The attachment style, or the way people show you love. Look at and examine how people show you love, how you feel love is being shown. Look at how you feel love is being shown. And autocorrect it and try to work yourself through it. Therapy, journaling yourself, having deep discussions. You cannot go to places that confirm your biases. That's why you see me going to different panels and talking to different people and having different thoughts than other people. Because I don't want to go to the same place and think the same thing, because we all could be wrong. You have to have contrary thoughts within your process in order for you to understand and hone your points, hone why you think this way. I've thought about this 5 ways in which reasons why women left. I've thought about that. Some are obvious. Don't want to work, put your hands and feet on her, and you cheat. Those are 3 obvious ones. The other 2 are not so obvious. Okay? So if you do any of those things, don't be surprised if she leaves or she's thinking of leaving. Right? But what can a woman do about this? Okay. She can heal before she can heal before she chooses another man. Get therapy, journal, do work on yourself. Okay. Do you feel this is what you deserve? Do you feel you don't deserve anything else? Do you feel familiar when you have chaos in your life, when toxicity is there, when you have a toxic man? But you have to also set standards for yourself. Don't wait until don't wait a year or two to demand. When you get in a relationship, don't start putting boundaries and demands and standards in place after you've met the person. You put those in place before you meet the person. Before you meet the person. Okay? And then hone those standards, boundaries. Know what they mean. Stand on them. Okay? If you have them in place before you get involved with a person, the likelihood of you getting those standards, boundaries are going to be high compared to somebody who don't know what they want, don't know how to say it, don't know how to speak, don't know how to keep it or keep a firm line to it. Okay. Another thing, don't pour into another human being if you don't have anything to pour. If you don't have anything inside yourself, don't try to fill somebody else up. I know I ain't got shit. I ain't doing shit. I ain't about shit. But I'm a deal with this man and I'm gonna try to help him. No, you help yourself. Don't pour into somebody who ain't even got a cup. Don't even do that. Okay. Being in love with somebody or being in a relationship shouldn't cost you your peace, your sanity, your identity. None of that. A person is supposed to bring you peace. A man is supposed to bring you peace. A woman is supposed to bring you peace. And if they are bringing anything other than that, you need to have enough gumption to walk away. Okay? And the whole thing is, a lot of people get into a relationship and they continue to take the same abuse. The same abuse. Oh, well, he did it one time. I don't care. He cheated. I don't care. He put his hands, feet on me. I don't care. He disrespected me. I don't care. She disrespected me. She disrespected. He disrespected. She did. No. If you communicate your needs, tried solutions other than the norm, and the person still doesn't care to change, leave early in the relationship. Leave before you got 4 or 5 kids. Leave before you have 2 or 3 babies. You got 2 or 3 mortgages. Because you're going to be drained. That's for a man and a woman. When you see the red flags early, there's no points, there's no bad thought to somebody if they leave early in a relationship. There's nothing wrong with that. If they show you who you are, you better believe who they are, you better believe them the first time. Not giving them the pussy, not talking to them, ignoring them, doing all this stuff don't work. That don't work. Okay? They show you the signs early, get out of there. Okay? A number one thing, love should feel safe. Love should feel safe, consistent, mutual, desired. Not like a project. Not like I gotta rescue somebody. Not like I'm on a fucking roller coaster. Love shouldn't feel like that. People say, when you've been in a relationship, it's harder. No, when you guys are in tune, when a man and a woman are in tune with each other and they understand each other, they respect each other. Because love to a woman is respect to a man. Because he don't give a fuck about love. That's the word we use. Right? A man wants respect. So when you say love and this, that, he may not have said it, but he respects you. You respect him. That's all he requires. Because respect means love to a man. Okay? So love should feel safe, consistent, and mutual. Same with a man. Same with the way you're supposed to treat a man. Same with the way he's supposed to treat you. Not a project, not a roller coaster, not constant chaos. Never that. Okay? But if a woman continues to fall for difficult men, it's because she's looking for something in that particular type of man. He cannot reciprocate like you need him to reciprocate. So you need to figure out what's wrong inside of you. Here's a big part I learned when I was younger. You can love somebody and not live with them. You can love somebody and not want to be with them, knowing that they are toxic, knowing they are damaging, knowing that they are not right for you. You can still love them. You can be in love with a 3 or 4, but not be able to live with her behavior. You can be in love with a man who's a red pill man, but you may not be able to live with him. Just is what it is. Not every person deserves to be in a relationship with you, and vice versa. And not every person deserves a relationship. I learned that very early. You can love somebody and still walk away, because love is nothing without the respect, without the partnership, without the peace. Those are three are the most main things that a man and a woman needs. A man and a woman needs respect, partnership, peace. And that ain't just on the men. Men say, I want peace, I want peace. Hell, fuck, I want peace too. I don't want to come in the door arguing with you about what the fuck I'm going to wear. I don't want to come in the door and argue with you about the fact that I didn't cook, but I ordered food. I don't want to come in the door and argue with you about that bullshit. Relationships become easier as time goes on because you've worked out most of the kinks. You understand how a person is going to react. You understand what is required in that relationship to make that relationship work. I'm not saying become complacent. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is relationships become easier over time because both people understand what it takes to have the respect, the partnership, and the peace in a relationship. Okay? And women fall for difficult men because they have difficult things that are going on inside their head, and they need to check those out. You need to find some kind of help therapy, journaling, talking, being on pet, whatever it takes for you to figure out why you get involved with difficult men. Men and difficult men means unemotional men, emotionally unavailable men, avoidant men. This is the difficulty I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anything else other than that, right? And there's women on that side too, okay? So I say, this is how you approach those relationships. Understand your biases. Understand your what you think you require in a man or a woman. As a woman, look at what you think you need. Look at what you think is required. Okay? If that person is giving it to you, then if the person is giving it to you, is it the right thing to want? Is it the right thing to need? Is it the right fit for you? Like I said, if I don't have to respect the partnership or the peace, there ain't no point in us dealing with each other. And men will tell you, the respect is it. If that ain't there, we can't deal with each other. Same thing with me. Respect is reverence. Reverence is love dressed up in a bow. And I need partnership and I need peace. And so does a man, if you really think about it. Think about it. Respect, partnership, peace. Right? So that's the wife code for HQ. Thank you all for showing up. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Please like and share, please. And I thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming out, guys. Thank you. Thank you.